Hello, Happy New Year to anybody who's watching. Excuse mess. I'm in my, one of the office come workrooms. Happy New Year to anybody that's watching this video. It's going to be a little bit cobbled together, but I haven't done a video in absolutely ages and I thought I'd better do one. I just can't get around to it, and it's like this morning I've spent so much time messing around trying to get everything ready that by the time I'm ready to video I just haven't got the impetus to do it. But anyway, I just want to talk about making a fresh start in 2024. I've had lots of conversations about this with my friends and my husband and other family members, various people recently, and it seems to be very pertinent. It's funny because January 2024 to me feels like it was in January 2020. It was a little bit of a weird time for me then. We'd just moved house to this place in December, so it was just before Christmas in 2019, and I dropped ever such a lot of weight during the year, so I was raring to go really, and I'd got my little manifesto written out, what I was going to do in 2020. I had plans, I had all my goals, what I'd like to achieve. And then, of course, we all know what happened in 2020, don't we? Everything went on hold, and with my husband being vulnerable medically, we decided that we would more or less 100% lock down. And that's what we did. And it's only more or less this year that we started getting out and about again to any extent. So in 2020, all my plans went belly up, or on hold at least. And of course, since then, our husband and I, we've just more or less existed. Our businesses have been affected quite badly, as have many people's, and we've literally scraped by, and we're still doing so. And 2024 was an absolute killer. Last year was the worst year I've ever had in all the time I've been selling online. I started in the year 2000, and this is my 24th year of selling art, and later on vintage and clothes and jewellery, and more recently doing upcycled furniture and decor, stuff like that. So I've been at it 24 years. And 2024 has been the worst year ever. I made less in 2024 than I did in 2000 and the early years. So for anybody that doesn't know, I sell my original art. I'm an artist mainly, and on the side I sell vintage, and my hubby and I upcycle furniture, as I've just said. But unfortunately, this last couple of years, it's the art that's become the side hustle, and it's just been terrible as 2024. And apart from in November, when my beautiful sister-in-law bought a couple of things off me as gifts for her friends, I haven't sold any artwork in about 4 or 5 months, and it's like I've just disappeared as an artist. It's just been absolutely terrible. So this, of course, made me quite fed up during 2024. I was not very motivated to do anything, and when you're not making any money or selling anything, you're not having any success, you tend to panic a little bit, and you sort of end up floundering, and just not being able to think straight, basically. What am I going to do now? Where am I going to get my next pound from? Why isn't anybody buying any artwork? My work's crap. I can't live on 20 quid a week. Should I look for a job? Could I get a job at 63? That's the thing. I'm 64 next month, and I can't imagine they'll be queuing up to employ me with my bad back and my wonky knees, and not to mention my terrible eyesight. So, anyway, that's the score at the moment. But what has this got to do with being like 2020? Then I'll go back to the beginning. I came to the conclusion recently, because of all this, that I need to start afresh with my artwork, and, in other aspects of my life as well. I've been talking to my friend Jan from Urban Gypsy Crochet about this, and it's something we talk about quite a lot, which is making a fresh start and, you know, doing something completely different to try and sort of G things up a bit and have a presence again. But towards the end of 23, I just went through a really bad sort of period, and I was feeling sorry for myself. And I feel I pushed figurative art as far as I could do, because I've been doing figurative art for many years, portrait, you know, faces and weird people and stuff like that. But of course, I've found that people have been not blind but interested in buying that sort of artwork for a long time now. So in 2024, I'm therefore making a new artistic, not to mention life start. So I'm going to try to anyway. I've somehow managed to get over my feeling sorry for myself period, and I've even sort of written out a little manifesto for this year like I did in 2020. So unless the lovely male warmongers decide to drag us into war or press the button, I shall be following my 2024 manifesto, which goes a little something like this. This is the year that I'm going to get to under 10 stone. That's my first goal. At the end of 2018, I was 14.5 stone. I was absolutely massive. And during 2019, that's when I lost a really good chunk of that weight. That's when I lost the first, well, half of it really. And I was just about under 12 stone when we went into lockdown. So throughout the lockdown period, that's when I lost the rest of it, more or less. And I've averaged between about 10 stone 6 and 10 stone 8 or 9 through the whole of this last year, 2024. So I've managed to maintain it, which is great. But I would really, really like to get under 10 stone, because I've still got absolutely massive boobs, and I just feel like, you know, I'm so close to it. I'm sure I'll be able to do it if I you know, really try. I'm going to go for a long walk at least once a week with my husband Pete, because he needs to lose weight as well. He's lost quite a bit, but he needs to lose more as well. And we used to do this all the time in 2019. We used to have at least you know, 2 or 3 walks, you know, every week, and 2 good long walks around the country park. Of course, all that stopped in lockdown because we daren't go out. But of course, we've got to start this again. I'm going to go out with my husband and paint this year, because he's an oil painter as well as an illustrator, and he does like to actually go out and paint. He's a plein air painter, which means that he basically paints where he is, so sort of painting outside, if you like. And there's no reason why I can't go out with him and do some sketching and, you know, just sort of get out of the house a bit, and it'll encourage him to paint more, and it'll just give my art another perspective, because I used to do a lot of sort of botanicals and florals and still life paintings, and I think that's where I'm going to be going with my art in 2024. I've always done abstracts. I've got quite a few abstracts still available, but I'm going to go in that direction. So I'm going to go out with hubby and do some painting out in the field, or some drawing at least, and bring it back and do some work from that. So that's another thing. Clear out stuff. That's a good one for anybody that's wanting to start afresh. We did start clearing a few things out during November and December, but I've got to be honest, we haven't got that far. We've still got a lot of stuff to go, and I've got a very large collection of carnival glass that I've gathered together over the time, and I just haven't got any room to display it. And I've got various pieces of the carnival glass on Etsy, but it's only selling in dribs and drabs, and I would love to get rid of this as a big whole collection. And I've also got a medium-sized collection of Hornsea pottery and Eastgate pottery fauna, you know, the little kitsch animals and woodside figures and that. So I've got quite a few of those that I'd like to sell as a collection. So I might concentrate on trying to get rid of those in 2024. So that's the clearing out stuff. I vowed to go even more plant-based than I am now. Although I do eat very, very little meat and a little bit of fish. You know, my diet is about 95% vegetarian, but during lockdown we went vegan, we got sort of completely vegan for a couple of months, and I must say I felt absolutely great, and I had a lot less brain fog than usual, and I had more energy, and I think I'm going to try and sort of go 99% plant-based if I can, because as I say, I do love my vegetables and that, but I do eat dairy as well, and I might try and sort of knock that out a little bit as well. So that's another one of my things for this year. And last but not least, let me have a look at my list. I've told Pete that I'm going to stop moaning so much about how terrible Etsy is these days and how I'm not selling anything, and dwelling on the lack of sales and all this, that and the other. Because I did get into a bit of a moany, whiny sort of an existence this year, because it was so terrible and I was just lost. And a lot of other people, a lot of other small sellers are, I know that. But this year's going to be about well-being, exercise, good diet, and just enjoying the new art that I make. I'm also going to paint some of my clothes as well. Yes, I want to do that. I've got one or two garments that I'm either going to applique and paint, or just paint, and I'm going to look out for some plain shoes, plain leather shoes, which I can paint. So that'll be something to look forward to. Yeah, I've got this funny thing in my mind that I've got 24 and a bit months until I get my pension. I'm 64 next month, as I've already mentioned, and I've got this thing that I've just got to get through the next 24 and a half months, and then things will be a little bit more rosy. So it's basically going to be about looking after ourselves and enjoying what we do, and sort of, if we sell anything, we sell something. If we don't, we don't. Regarding my YouTube channel, you might have noticed I've put a couple of art videos on recently. I don't know what I'm doing with the channel. I really don't yet. I don't seem to be able to get any subscribers. So whether or not I make this channel into a channel for me, which is just coming on and talking like this, or whether I try and get subscribers, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I thought I'd come on today, with it being the new year. Sorry for waffling on, but I feel like it's like sort of documenting it for myself as well, that I've come on here and saying, right, this is what you're going to do this year. You're going to stop moaning, you're going to be more positive, and just make a fresh start in 24, which I intend to do. So I will keep you up to date if you're interested. My goodness, if you've got this far, thank you so much. Just tell me underneath if you've got this far. So and I shall speak to you later. Please give me a thumbs up, and don't hesitate to comment down below. Even if it's bad comments, I'm quite happy to read those. But Happy New Year to you all, and speak to you next time.